Obviously, it's been a interesting weekend of developments, and the first question I have to ask you is,
yes,
why
of course.
didn't you sack Matt Hancock on Friday, given you did say the matter was closed? Do you think he made the wrong decision by resigning?
Well, I read the story on Friday, and we've got a new health secretary in post on Saturday, and I think that's about the right pace to proceed in a pandemic. And actually, I had a good conversation yesterday, a long meeting with Sajid Javid, the new health secretary, and we went over the data in great detail. Today's a very important day. It's the 28th of June. It's the day when we're looking at whether it might be possible to go forward to step 4 on July the 5th. And although there is, and Sajid is going to make a statement later on, but just let me say, although there are some encouraging signs, and the deaths, the number of deaths remains low, and the number of hospitalizations remains low, though both are going up a bit. We are seeing an increase in cases, so we think it's sensible to stick to our plan to have a cautious but irreversible approach. Use the next 3 weeks or so really to complete as much as we can of that vaccine rollout. Another 5 million jabs we can get into people's arms by July the 19th. And then I think with every day that goes by, it's clearer to me and to all our advisors, all our scientific advisors, that we're very likely to be in a position on July the 19th to say that really is the terminus, and we can go back to life as it was before COVID as far as possible.
Matt Hancock, obviously the man who put a lot of these restrictions and these social distancing rules into place, and has guided us through this pandemic, but obviously a big downfall for him. What does the minister have to do to get sacked, and what does it say about the moral compass of this government when you've been telling people week in, week out that we're all in this together? Are some people in it more than others?
That's right, and that's why when I saw the story on Friday, we had a new Secretary of State for Health in on Saturday, and you'll be hearing a statement from Sajid Javid in the House later on this afternoon about where we are in the pandemic, the steps that we're going to be taking. But as I say, I think we're looking set fair for July the 19th.
And what about the apparent CCTV breaches, the leak out of the department? What are you going to be doing about that? How concerned are you about it?
I'm sure all that kind of thing is going to be looked into, but I'm here in Batley and Spen, where I think the focus is really on getting those jabs done. 65,000 jabs have been done in Batley and Spen. 8 out of 10 adults. Got a fantastic local candidate in Ryan Stevenson, who's fighting to combat crime here in Batley and Spen, putting 500 more police out on the streets of West Yorkshire. He's absolutely passionate about skills, lifting the skills of young people growing up in this area, but also I think he'll be a great champion for Batley and Spen, somebody who can take the area forward, work with government to get investment in this constituency after, I'm afraid, decades of neglect and underachievement by Labour, and a time for, I think he's a voice for positive change in Batley and Spen.
Have you, Prime Minister, ever used your private email for government business?
I don't comment on how I conduct government business, but I can tell you that we in this government are getting on with focusing on the people's priorities.